Hello, everybody. I am live. Oops, I don't have. Oops. I am live. Right. Okay, so I'm live. I'm waiting. Does it usually have? I am waiting for y'all to come on in. Okay, let's get this started. If you are new, welcome to my channel. Okay, if not, baby, say something in the chat so that I know that y'all are here, that you are seeing this live right now. Hey, Mr. Universe. Hey, Valentina. Okay, so look, I have some things to say. This live probably will be off the chain a little bit because I don't want to hold off what I have to say. And I'm going to say something right now that, baby, if a lot of black people believe in hell, if you say that y'all are Christians and you really believe there's a lake of fire and there's a hell that you go to when you die, a lot of y'all are going to hell. A lot of black Christians, so-called Christians, y'all are going to hell. I say that as someone who does not identify as being Christian. That doesn't mean I don't believe there's a creator. I'm unlike a lot of black Christian people. I'm not going to go around claiming to be Christian, knowing that, I don't live my life all the way like that, even though I don't do anything bad in my life, really. But still, the rules you have to follow, believing in certain stuff and certain stuff that I just don't believe. But a lot of you claim to. So if you believe in hell, because believing in hell, well, if you believe in hell, then you probably could go to hell because you believe in it. It's a state of mind which you believe in. So if you believe that hell exists, a lot of y'all are going to hell. I don't know if y'all want to accept this. I don't know if you think you're special because you're black and you think you can't be sent there. No. A lot of you who believe in it, a lot of y'all are going there. And I'm going to explain to you why I believe a lot of y'all are demonic, as you like to say. A lot of you are false prophets and prophetessors or whatever. A lot of you should be ashamed of your damn selves. And I'm going to call something out as a person observing the Christian faith. And let me say this now. I believe that the vast majority of humans who claim to be religious globally are full of shit. Yeah, I believe that a good portion, whether you are Buddhist, Islamic, into the African spirituality, Christian, all these different stuff, a lot of y'all globally to me is just full of it. Over half of y'all are racist. You mistreat women no matter what religion you're in. And Christians, a lot in America, you seem to think you're better than other people when you have it going on. A lot of you are gay, just like in other faiths. A lot of you are liars, thieves, murderers, rapists, prejudice. The list goes on and on. But I am going to talk about there's a few things with the whole Jamal Bryant and his wife's dress. I talked about it like twice already. But there's something I have to say because Yolanda Adams, the false prophets are coming out left and right. Left and right. And I'm here to say something because I can and I feel like it and it's the truth. And y'all not going to like it, but it's the truth. And I have something to back up what I'm saying. I'm holding it in. I'm holding it in. We're going to get to it, though. It's not going to be at the end right after I say a few things because I can't take it. I can't take what I'm seeing, okay? Because it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So, okay, as you can see on the screen, there's a few things we're going to talk about. But before we get into the whole fake Christianity and these dresses and all types of stuff, let's have a little bit of fun first. Okay. I want to talk about Kehlani. Kehlani, in my opinion, is saving R&B music. Kehlani is saving R&B music. There are only about 3 to 4 artists, modern, because I said before, a lot of the music today has just gone down. R&B, rock and roll. It's just not the same. But you do have a sprinkle of artists who are holding it down and keeping R&B alive. And Kehlani is one of them. To me, you have Kehlani, her, SZA, Money Long. And there are a splash of a few others, but baby, Kehlani is one of those artists where damn near all the songs I keep hearing from her are absolutely wonderful and fabulous. She's beautiful. No, I don't care for a lot of tattoos, but she is beautiful. She has an amazing body and she has an amazing voice. I want to know her diet, her workout routine, but she has an incredible voice. And right now, she has a song called Folded. I love it so much. I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. Hold on. So can you please pick up your phone? I have them folded. Meet me at the door while it's still open. I can't do it like her. I can't sing it like her, but I love it. It's giving me that 2000s vibe. I'll let your body decide if this is good enough for you. I'll let your body decide. Baby, it's the top song right now in the country for R&B, and people are saying that Kehlani is going to get a Grammy for this, and I think she should. She's been popping out really good songs since the beginning of her career. I love Distraction and the Destiny's Child remix mashup. Distraction. I love, oh my God. I'm on the spot. It's a song that I love so much, but I don't know. But I love Open, her song Open too. She makes really, really good music, and I think she should win a Grammy. I think that she is saving R&B music. Kehlani is saving R&B. Leave a heart if you agree with me. Camilla says her music is so good. So would you please pick up your phone? I have while the door's wide open. Meet me at the door. I'll let your body decide if it's good enough for you. I'll do whatever for you. I can't. I should have wrote down the lyrics, but I really like it. It's really, really good. And she has a couple of songs that I like. And she has a song she did with Jaheen Aiko that's really good. Pick up your clothes. Okay, I was nervous. It's pick up your clothes, not phone. Pick up your clothes while in. I mean, it's so good. This is giving me that 2000s. Damn it, this is giving me R&B is back, baby. I mean, Money Long had brung it back last year. Kehlani came back swinging, bringing it back. And she has solidified herself in the R&B game. She says that she feels like she's not always respected. And I think it's because music, period, has fallen off so bad, and star power, the award shows are not the same. The streaming services has kind of ruined it. People aren't buying CDs and music videos aren't always being played. But she really is really good. She's really been holding it down for a while in R&B. And this is one of her biggest hits right here. And it's well deserved in my opinion. She has other songs that I love so much again. And I really hope that she wins a Grammy. Kehlani is that chick. She's that chick. Beautiful voice. I wanted to play a clip of her singing live. The woman sounds like the damn album and better singing live. Do you know how so many artists today don't even sound like their album? She sounds like the album. So she's the real deal. Okay. All right. So let's get into something else when it comes to music. Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor has been around for a while. Okay. Her career really got big maybe about 3 or 4 years ago, but she's been being pushed by Pharrell in the industry for a minute. And to be honest, I used to think, what's going on here? What is she really doing? She looks good. She has a good body. People focus on her body, but she is in fact a singer. She makes music, and people don't always know about her talent when it comes to music and singing, because people are always talking about her figure, her body, her abs, and her romantic relationships. And she's even crossed over into the acting world, but people don't always hear her singing. So she actually surprised a lot of people recently, and she covered Sade. Okay. Hold on now. Let's see. Let's see what she's working with, Teyana. Her voice that everybody is like, oh my gosh. She covered, I believe, No Ordinary Love or Cherish the Day. I think it's Cherish the Day. I love Sade is that woman. Okay, let's see.
If you want, if you want mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Cherish the day, won't go astray.
Okay, I think that's all that played. So a lot of people were surprised by Teyana's voice. I'm trying to get a picture up. If y'all don't see Teyana on the screen right now, I forgot to get a picture. Okay, just give me one quick little second. Look, Sade is not easy to cover. Sade is not, a lot of people don't even try to touch Sade's music at large. Okay, let me see. Where is my Sade picture? Maybe I don't have the Sade picture. I'm looking on my computer really quick. I thought I had Sade. Give me one quick little second. We shall see. Where is the Sade? Cherish the day, won't go astray, won't be afraid, won't catch me running. You're moving, hold on. I mean, Sade is one person that I want to see in concert very badly. And hearing Teyana Taylor, I mean, I didn't know that she actually could sing like that. She sounded pretty good. Leave a heart if you liked her her songs. Okay. I think I have one Sade picture I can pull up. Okay. Yeah, and subscribe, everybody. Hit the bell while you're here. Okay. So Teyana Taylor was covering Sade. Sade is legendary. Sade is one concert that I said I have to see her because it's once in a lifetime. She doesn't tour often. And I already know that you have to be prepared. I mean, to see Sade, the tickets have to be a damn near 1,000 just for the good seats. I really feel like this is the event or the concert of a lifetime. Her and Mariah Carey, you just don't see this type of talent often, and I wouldn't want to miss seeing Sade. So let's hear Teyana Taylor. Let's hear her one more time, y'all. Sorry about my little technical difficulty. Okay, so let's hear it again.
If you want mine, if you want mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Cherish the day, won't go astray. If you want mine.
I'm not gonna lie, Teyana shocked the shit out of me with this. I'm actually in shock hearing her like this. If you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Okay, you're ruling the way that I move. You take my hand, show me how deep love can be. Come on, baby, Sade. You make love off of Sade. Sade is what you put on when you're cleaning your house, when your man's around, when you want to get romantic. At least for me, I'm a millennial, baby, so I know all about Sade. My mom put me on to Sade, and they used to play Sade. They still play Sade's music, but we know about Sade. Sade is the truth. And you need to get Sade's Greatest Hits album. I have that on CD. The CD, her Greatest Hits, that's an album you just play nonstop. Every song. Y'all know I like to sing. Just come on, baby. Give me 2 songs. Sade, whew. Okay, I love Smooth Operator, coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Maine, across the north and south to, okay, Diamond Life, Lover Boy, maximum joy, city lights, business. Okay, I'll leave that one alone, but I love that Smooth Operator. If I tell you now, will you keep on loving me? If I tell you how I feel, will you keep bringing out the best in me? You give me the sweetest taboo. That's why I'm in love with you. You give me the sweetest taboo. Come on. And one song that I love too, Is It a Crime? But I love Heaven's Name while you walking away. Hang on to your love. And Heaven's Name, why do you play these games? Hang on to your love. Okay, people don't often talk about that, but I love Hang On to Your Love. And oh my God. I'm trying to think. Thank you, Yuki. Oh my gosh, you said I sound better than Teyana? Girl. I mean, I'm nervous right now. I'm a little bit nervous, but yeah, Sade, Is It a Crime? Hang On to Your Love, Smooth Operator, Cherish the Day, No Ordinary Love, Kiss of Life. There must have been an angel by my side. Something led me to you. Look at the sky. It's the color of love. The deepest. Okay. Let me calm down. Okay, but yes, I mean, Sade, her music is so sensual and it's so sexy and it's so relaxing and it's beautiful, and she actually sounds like that in live. I used to watch her her concerts right here on YouTube, and I mean, the guitar, her band, the way he plays that guitar, he makes love to the guitar. And I like Soldier of Love. I think that was her last album. Soldier of Love, all of my, that came out. So yeah, I need to know if Sade is going to go on tour anytime soon. I have to be on the lookout. And if she hints at it or says it, but she doesn't officially announce it, you got to save your money up, because when that shit come on, as soon as she announces, and if she coming near where I'm at, baby, I got to get that ticket as soon as possible, like the day, because it's going to sell out probably within 24 hours. So, never as good as the first time. Be brave. Oh my God. Girl. Okay, so speaking of singing, I believe it was the Shade Room had posted this as a throwback of Aaliyah for people who used to talk about Aaliyah, wondering could Aaliyah sing. Okay, you don't always have to be an extreme powerhouse like Mariah Carey, but could Aaliyah, did she have a nice voice actually singing back when they used to ask you, can you actually sing? And they would put you on the spot. Okay, let's see.
What are your favorite? What's your favorite song? I mean, aside from your own stuff. A song that you really kind of like dig and.
Okay, I love gospel songs.
Okay, just give us a.
The first verse.
Sure, the first verse is fine with me.
Okay.
You want me to give you a count?
Sure.
Okay, go.
Count me.
1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay. Great is thy faithfulness, O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning away thee. passion they fear not. Is the hand thou forever will be.
Go ahead, Aaliyah. Now, I don't know if they call that being a falsetto. I'm not sure when you can sing, but it's low, singing low. Okay, I'm Aaliyah showed that yes, she could sing, put on the spot, but yeah, when you sing low, not high, you singing low, but you still can sing. Okay. Yeah, all right. So, yes, Aaliyah could sing, Sade could sing, Teyana Taylor could sing, and Kehlani could sing. Okay. And your girl, Cerebral, I'm singing some days on my channel. I want you to enjoy yourself with me. Come on, baby. Okay, girl. Come on, come on. Come on. Okay, let me just, y'all know I get hyped up. Y'all know I wanted to be a singer too. So I got, okay, so now something that's going to shock you. This shocked the shit out of me. Did you know that Stevie J was dating Whoopi Gold's daughter? I'm shocked, y'all. What? I said Stevie J was dating Whoopi Goldberg's daughter? I'm thinking, first of all, how did he pull her? Where did he meet her? And people don't often know that Whoopi Goldberg even has a daughter because you don't hear about her. Yes, this is Whoopi Goldberg's daughter. And I'm thinking, first of all, Stevie J is ratchet. That man is a smex fiend. He has a smart mouth. He's a major cheater. His sexuality has been under question. He treats women like absolute crap. And I'm thinking, first of all, how did you meet Whoopi Goldberg's daughter? Like, how did this even go down? So I'm just curious to know, like, where did she meet him? I just can't see this. I'm like, okay, so you had Eve, you had Mimi, you had Whoopi Goldberg's daughter, and you had Faith Evans. Soon as I get home, I'll make it up to you. Baby, I'll do what I gotta do. Okay, that's enough singing for me. So, but I'm shocked. I'm really shocked by this, but I just wanted to share this. I don't have much of a story with this other than I'm just surprised that they were together. I had never heard of this before. So you said I would be embarrassed if I was Whoopi. Yeah, I can't see Whoopi dating no man like Stevie J. Okay, so I don't know how on earth this happened. All right, so now let's get into it. I said I'm taking y'all to church today, and I have to say something because it has to be said, because not many people have the courage to say what I'm going to say. Some of you might be wondering, could you tell me how many people is in this chat, y'all? How many people is in here? I'm just curious. But yeah, a lot of people don't have the courage to say what I'm going to say because you have a lot of people who are in the church who don't like to be challenged. You run around claiming to be the servant of the Lord, and then when someone challenges some of you, you're ready to run away or tell somebody to shut up, or I can say whatever I want to. I'm a human being. I have a brain that was given to me that functions. So I don't think you're special if you're in the church. You're not God. You're not the angel. You're not Jesus or anything like that. And yeah, I noticed some bullshit. And yes, I am convinced that a lot of black people who believe in hell, those of you who believe in it, I believe a lot of you are going there. And I'm going to tell you why. Especially these false prophets like Yolanda Adams and Kirk. I don't know. I can't say all of them. I don't go to church, but let me say this. Yolanda Adams, let me say this. I believe that a grown person has a right to date and sleep with and marry who they want to. I believe that there are people who knew they were gay when they hit puberty, and they know as an adult, after at least 21 or 25, they know if they're gay or not. You have a lot of people who are faking it, people doing it for album sales, people claiming I'm experimenting. Most gay people will tell you that they knew they were gay since they were little. They're not experimenting. They're actually gay. You have people flip-flopping between the genders, the bisexuals, and the people just wanting to see things. Here's the thing. I'm going to keep it all the way real from what I know as someone who has been observing the Christian faith. Now, Yolanda Adams is very big in the church, and she says that there's homophobia in the church, and says God is not surprised by anyone he created, meaning God knew you would be gay. He knew you would be gay before your mom and dad got together, so why am I disrespecting what God respects and love? See, I'm trying not to get hyped up because I'm not even a church person, but I gotta call out you deceivers and you liars. You know what the problem is with the growing number of black people in the church? You want to bend the Bible to be what you want it to be. Y'all want to make it be what you want it to be. You don't want to accept what it says, because that would mean some of you wouldn't be Christian. A lot of you wouldn't be Christian if you actually sat down and said, I don't agree with the beliefs in this book. To be Christian means to believe in Jesus. If you don't believe Jesus existed and was on earth, then you can't be Christian, because the whole point of the Bible is Christianity and Jesus. Not only that, to be Christian means to be Christ-like, meaning you're trying to live like him. And if you believe he existed or not, let's say he didn't, whatever, but the whole point is he was supposedly perfect. No human being is perfect, and you are living in hell trying to live up to be perfect. See, I don't feel like trying to be perfect. I don't feel like trying to be super perfect and to get in. Oh, I got to get into heaven. I got to do this. I have to believe in this. I can't want to have smecks. I can't find a man attractive and lust for him. I can't eat shrimp. All this other stuff, even all this stuff you hear. The truth is that a lot of y'all out here, y'all are lying on the Bible, and you're lying on the Bible God that y'all claim to worship. You're trying to change a book. Do you try to change the Quran? Nobody tries to change the Quran, the Islamic book. It's set in stone. What's in that book is in that book, and that's the faith and the doctrines and the beliefs that they follow. Why all of a sudden, when it's the Bible and it says in your face what it says, you keep trying to change it to make it sound like, no, it don't say that. No, God likes and loves everybody. No, your God don't. The Bible, God don't like and love everybody, and I'm going to show you that. No, he don't. No, he doesn't. Don't get mad at me. Take it up with the Bible God that you're worshiping. I didn't write the damn book, okay? It's in the book. You can say whatever you want to say. You can't twist those words around that's in that book. And don't come at me saying it's context. Every time somebody reads exactly what's in that book, people will run around and say, you have it confused. You're mixing the context. Why come when it's Islam and the Quran, there's no confusion of what's being said? All of a sudden, when it's the Bible, no, God didn't mean it this way. God meant it that way. No, you're taking it wrong. I didn't take anything wrong. You read it right there. Then it's, oh, that's the Old Testament. So the New Testament, we don't follow this no more. Then why are you still reading the fucking Old Testament then? Get rid of it. If you're not going to follow none of it, then why are y'all still promoting it and talking about it? If you're in the New Testament and all of a sudden all this stuff changed. It's a bunch of bull crap. But let me show you something real quick. Since y'all love to say God loves the gay people. And I don't have an issue with people being gay. Not at large. I mean, I'm not promoting men and the eating coochie and busting people buttholes open. And we know the HIV crisis and all that other stuff, and buttholes giving out and going to the toilet on yourself because your muscles gave out. That's the reality. Get mad if you want to. If y'all going to talk about being gay, why don't you tell that part about the physical things that come from constant anal smecks? and women eating coochies and stuff. So look, this is what it says. And look, I like Kehlani. I love her music. She's gay. That's her choice. That's her life. It's not my life. Okay? Now it says this in Leviticus 18:22. It says, "Thou shalt not lie with a man like you do with a woman. It's an abomination." There it go right there. I didn't write it. Why do so many of you flock to being Christian, and then you have the audacity to say God don't got a problem with gay people? It's in the book that you keep promoting that he doesn't like it. So how can you change that to be what you want it to be? It doesn't change because you want God to like you. God might like you and love you. That doesn't mean that the God of your Bible accepts your lifestyle. That's why it's called repentance. To repent means to change. If you're not going to stop effing up the butt and eating coochie and being gay, how can you possibly repent? And if you don't think your lifestyle is wrong, there's no way you could repent because you don't even believe you're living a bad lifestyle. And I don't even always say it's a lifestyle because a lot of them are born that way. Or they turn that way when they hit puberty. The same way I like all races of men. According to some people, that's not natural. I can't help it. I like good-looking men. I don't care what race they are. I was born that way. You know what I'm saying? So I can't change the book to be you can't change it to be what you want it to be. You have Yolanda Adams and all these gay preachers. I don't understand why gay men are flocking to be preachers and pastors. Are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to slap God in the face from the Bible? Because the Bible, God says directly, "Thou shalt not lie with mankind like womankind." Don't go up the butt of a man. You don't sleep with men. Now, I didn't say anything about women getting down with women, but people still say it means the same thing. This is what it says. It's an abomination. That's what's in the book. So where the hell does Yolanda Adams and all these freaking preachers and pastors get off saying God likes everybody and loves everybody? God might love you, but the God that y'all worship in the Bible says that you're an abomination. And I didn't say that. That's what's in the book that y'all are flocking to, having the audacity to try to represent when the word in it said no. No. That's what it says. No to it. So you're going to have to make a choice. See, y'all are in denial that the God that you want to like and love all y'all don't like and love all y'all like that. The God you worshiping don't agree with you. And y'all can't accept it and just say, okay, I won't be Christian no more because, I disagree. I agree with being gay. But the God of this Bible says no. You see how it's conflicting? And now y'all going around lying to the whole world saying that God ain't got no issue with it when that damn book said right to your face that he does. That's why y'all going to hell. A number of y'all who run around talking about you Christian and you believe in a lake of fire. And then you saying, well, God ain't got no problem with gay lifestyle, gay people. That's not what the book says. See, I don't believe in praying gay away. I don't believe that you can stop somebody from being gay that's actually gay. The problem is y'all be lying saying you can. You promote down low lifestyle and endangering your daughters of getting AIDS because we see the crisis, what's going on with black women now. But you don't accept what that book says. I don't think people are, I won't say born gay when you're a child, but I have seen children who have very gay mannerisms, boys, and they weren't even taught that and they were doing it. And then they either pretend to be straight or they turn gay. Once puberty hits, that's when they start to know. And a lot of gay men and women kept telling people they knew when they were little that they were gay. And they keep telling people this and people keep trying to tell them that they're not telling the truth. How would you know you're not gay? You got a lot of fake gay people now. 1 minute you're with a man, all of a sudden you're gay now. Or a man, it's just all this other stuff. So Okay, Yolanda Adams and the false prophets. Let me show you something else. Malachi 1:3 through 1:4, 14 or something. And I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness, where Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. So, okay. Basically, God said in the book, the Bible, God, I hate Esau. Now, the Hebrew Israelites absolutely love this verse because the black Hebrew Israelites believe that Esau is the white man. I believe that Esau, if Esau existed, I don't believe this story is even true, but if he did exist, I believe that Esau was an albino. Because how could a black woman give birth to a white a Caucasian and a Negro? Two different phenotypes, two different hair textures, two skin, a white man and a black man, please. That has never happened in the history of humanity unless that baby was albino. Not only that, but even if he was white, who was he sleeping with to make a bunch of Caucasian babies? Because a white man and a black woman don't make white children. I do not believe the story of Esau being a Caucasian. And that was Jacob's brother. They had the same mama and daddy. It's just a freaking part of the Bible those racist, cult Hebrew Israelites run with to justify hating white people. But at the end of the day, God does says in the Bible book, I hate Esau. So you can't say God doesn't hate people because it's in the book that he hated him. Okay, even though he got blessed from eating some pot of stew or something like that. Okay, so the Bible even says that disabled people are an issue. This is the Old Testament. The New Testament, they said, well, Jesus fixed it, and there ain't no issue now with being disabled. I don't play these games. I don't do this flip-flop and confusion stuff. 1 minute God said this, the next minute, oh no, it's this. Oh, this was changed. It shouldn't have been there in the first effing place. Some of it. But let's go. It says in Leviticus 21:16, someone said to me that today that disabled people don't go to heaven and are unable to approach God. In Leviticus 21:16-23, it says in that verse, the Lord said to Moses, say to Aaron, for the generations to come, none of your descendants who has a defect can come near to offer food to God. So you can't offer food to God because somebody has a defect, is disabled. No man who has any defect can come near. No man who is blind or lame or disfigured or deformed. No man with a crippled foot or hand or a hunchback or dwarf, a midget, or has any eye defect or has any festering or running sores or damaged testicles. No descendant of Aaron of the priest who has any defects can come near to present the food offerings to the Lord. He has a defect. He must not come near to offer food to God. He may eat the most holy food of his, holy food of his God, as well as the holy food, yet because of his defect, he must not go near the curtain or approach the altar and to desecrate my sanctuary. I am the Lord who makes them holy. So if you have a disfigurement, if you're disabled, you can't come near God and offer him anything because you're not perfect. You were born with a defect. So I guess God does not like everybody. According to the Old Testament. According to the Old Testament. Now they're saying in the New Testament, oh, it's different now. That was the old way, and what they saying that God was saying this in the Bible. Don't get me started on parts of the Bible telling men to go grape women and children and take their land over. It's disgusting. Or telling a man that he could grape a woman, just don't grape the man. Please. And people have the nerve to wonder why people with working brains have an issue with parts of this religion in the Bible. So, okay. That's in the book. Yolanda Adams and the others. Now let's get to her again. This is Jamal Bryant's wife. While it is a beautiful dress, shame on so many phony black Christians who want to pretend like you don't understand the issue. This dress gave the illusion of nudity. She's a first lady. She's a woman of the cloth, a woman who married a pastor. When you decide to marry a pastor, you are agreeing to that. Why would you marry a man who preaches this certain things, but then you don't follow that and you're representing the church? Now, he said he bought the dress and he didn't have a problem with it and he wants his woman to look sexy. Here's the thing. Again, y'all keep trying to change shit to be what you want it to be, and this is why a lot of y'all ass going to hell. Okay, let's see. This is what it says. In Timothy, and I mean, that's if you believe in hell. I don't want a lot of people to go if it's real. Maybe a rapist and a child rapist can go, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so it says Timothy 29. Timothy 2:9 says that the Apostle Paul instructs women to adorn themselves with modesty, self-control, and respectable attire, rather than elaborate hairstyles, gold pearls, or costly clothing, emphasizing instead good works as proper adornment for godly women. This passage encourages a focus on inner good, being good, and being good in public and stuff, and instead of outward extravagance, and have inward character instead. So it's in the Bible that a woman needs to be respectable on how she dresses and modest, and not to adorn herself a certain way. Now, we know this is 2025. This is not 300 BC, and you can still dress, cover up, and still be cute. My thing is, people like the dress, but people had an issue of the panty area and how it gave the illusion of nudity, and that this overstepped as a woman who's supposed to represent the Christian faith with her husband, that this was too sexy for a first lady, the illusion of nudity, and that it was not appropriate. People can say what they want, but you said not all Hebrews are racist. They're not, but a large percentage of black Hebrew Israelites are racist as shit, and they're a cult group, a number of them. And they're liars. I don't fucking come from none of them people they talking about and the made up stories and hating Esau and all that other stuff they're on. And I'm not cursed. They want to claim the curse, go ahead. I'm not cursed like those Hebrew Israelites like to say, the black people and all that other stuff. I don't speak that over my life, and I ain't claiming some of that stuff they be talking about. So Mr. Universe says it's inappropriate for church. Now, it wasn't at church. They were at a gala. And I thought that the dress was nice, but I don't think it's right for a first lady. I think she's supposed to represent, the Christian faith, and not dressing so overly sexy. It's the underwear part for me that really, it looks like she has a thong on. So let's see what she had to say.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir?
People have said, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. Wow. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah.
Oh, please with the bullshit. I'm so sick of women talking like this. You have a certain position. That's like the president's wife as a first lady going out thinking, well, I dress for my husband and myself. You're representing the nation. You're representing the women of the kingdom of God. Miss me with this bullshit. I'm sorry. She's beautiful. It was a pretty dress, but she's a first lady of a church, of a mega church. And anybody, like I said, a lot of black people, y'all want to change things so much to live in your secular ways, because the truth is y'all don't want to be Christian, and y'all need to accept it and stop being Christian. Stop saying you Christian because you know you don't want to be one for real. Just say it. It's too hard, or you don't like the rules. Just say it and live your life. But stop lying.
I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I have a doctorate, I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multidimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing.
I agree with her, but I gave a perfect example. Do you think that Michelle Obama could go out and address like that to an event, a gala with other world leaders and their wives? Do you think she would be respected showing up like that and addressed like that amongst the other nations? Do you think a woman who is the wife of a Islamic leader would show up like that? Well, you know they can't. They ain't playing that with them outfits. But I'm sorry. The Christian Bible talks about modesty a lot. And y'all can play these games all you want to and try to switch it up to what you want it to be. But you know what it is. You just don't want to follow it. And you need to say that. I didn't get those things off of Reddit, though. I saw it online. It wasn't Reddit, though. It wasn't Reddit. I mean, it is in the Bible. What I showed. Hold on. Oh my God, you can't be serious. There was nothing wrong with her wearing that dress. I thought it was a beautiful dress, but I feel like it did look sort of nude in the coochie area. And as a first lady of a pastor, you have to be careful on what you wear. I could see if she was going to church. The dress was appropriate for the occasion. See, when you're a first lady to a preacher or a pastor, it doesn't matter where you go. You represent him in the kingdom of God everywhere you go. That's like women who go to church on Sunday, but then they come out wearing a thong for everybody to see on Monday because, well, I'm not at the church no more. And this is why the black community does look the way it looks too. Because y'all not really Christians, half of y'all. That's why shit's fucked up. The men definitely ain't Christian at large. And they're not evenly yoked with you. Some of y'all are trying to be Christian women, but half of y'all are not. And that's why you have all this turmoil, your kids without fathers, your households not in order, the effeminate men, gender role reversal, struggling, men who can't keep their dick in their pants, constantly making outside babies. Y'all are a fallen people, a good portion. Now, the Hebrew Israelites will love to say, see, yeah, it's that curse. We told you it's the curse. The Deuteronomy. You can go ahead. You go ahead. If you want to claim the Deuteronomy curse, you can go ahead and do it. I do not claim that damn curse. I'm not doing it. So you can try all you want to. I don't believe in that damn story of Jacob and Ham. Not Jacob and Ham, Jacob and Esau and all that stuff. Go ahead, because I know they're going to come with it. You can go ahead if that's what you believe, okay? So, okay, let's see more of what she said.
I happened to marry a pastor. I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? And so with that came the title of First Lady, but there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like.
No. Yes, you married him. And when you married him, you took on the role of first lady. And there's a responsibility, just like the president's wife, the first lady of the United States has a role. She has an image. She has to watch her mouth. She has to watch how she dresses. She has to watch how she speaks in public, because you're representing your husband and the kingdom of God and the entire church. When you decided to say I do to a pastor or a preacher, you did decide to join, whether you admit it to yourself or not. Same thing that happened with Megan Good and that man. I don't know why he married her, seeing that she was in Hollywood and all that other stuff. They weren't compatible. And he even admitted that kind of something like that was a disaster. Okay? She's in the world, secular world. He's a freaking pastor. Anyone could see that wasn't going to work. He was good looking, but still. So I don't agree with her. Yes, there's not a manual, but there are certain things that you should know would be expected of you now that you've married the damn pastor, the preacher.
And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is.
I needed to get this straight. I needed to deal with it head on. Because the other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people because
I wonder, when are these pastors and preachers going to address the out of wedlock crisis? Everybody's screaming and shouting and cheering him on. Miss me with it. I'm not impressed by it. Talk about the HIV crisis. Talk about the down low men infecting black women. Talk about the black women's, the men not getting married and the women having a 70% out of wedlock birth rate who make up half of your congregation. Talk about that. Give a fuck about how she prayed for you to get $4 million. Talk about that. I don't hardly hear about them addressing that. What's going on for real in the black community. Without blaming a woman all the time for everything.
some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding.
Once I happened to marry a pastor. I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor. Right?
Yeah. And you decided to agree to be first lady of a church when you did that. But there's something she said at the end that proves exactly what I said at the beginning of this video.
Right. And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is. Once I decided that the title does not define me, I define what the title is.
Sounds like to me, maybe I'm crazy. I'm not sure if I'm reading this well, but it sounds like to me that you think you gonna decide what something is. Just like I said, black people, you think you gonna decide what that book says and twist it to be what you want it to be. You think you gonna make it be what you want it to be. And that's why your ass ain't getting blessed in large numbers. Some of that too. Because you're hard-headed, you don't want to follow the book that you claim you represent. So make a choice. Either you're gonna live the way that book told you to live, and do what it says, because that's what it says. And people will say you can't judge who has a glass, some shit about the glass house, throw the first stone. I can't remember right now. You know, those without fault or something, don't throw the glass in the glass house or something. Y'all know that old saying. Basically, who are you to talk shit? Is your life perfect? Baby, that's why I don't claim to be super Christian and stuff. Because I'm not going to go around pretending to be perfect, knowing that I'm not. Like so many Christian people, they claim they're Christian. Oh, you can't judge. Every time we see trifling shit all around the black community and we talk about it and shame it, why are you judging? Who are you to judge? Like I said before, y'all take your ass to church every Sunday to promote a book that's completely based on judgment. The Bible is about a group of people called the Hebrew Israelites who went against God and got cursed and fucked up for it. All throughout the Bible, God is telling you, you ain't shit. I don't like you. I regret making you. You don't listen. Do what the fuck I say. And if you don't, I'm going to fuck up your fruit tree. You ain't going to have good fruit. You ain't going to produce good fruit because you ain't doing what I told you to do. So you will pay for it. And here's the prayers you can say. And I'm going to send Jesus in to help save you from being killed by me because I can't stand y'all. And y'all ain't good people. You were born into sin. You were born fucked up because of the world. I had to take out the babies just to try to keep the sin from happening because y'all just so terrible. And y'all better do what I say. I'll make a promise not to kill you with water, with the rainbow. And next time I'm going to kill your ass with fire, with the, the apocalypse. books and the Revelation, and then the fire coming down this time and all this stuff because y'all just can't be fixed and y'all bad people. Here, say these prayers. The entire book is about not listening and repercussions for not listening, and curses and plagues and all types of wars and things that happened to these Israelites because they wouldn't listen. It's a book about judgment, and God judges you. That's why God said, I'm going to send down plagues and I'm going to do this and that. And at the end of days, you're going to see all these things because y'all just so fucked up and won't listen. I'm going to keep sending signs that I'm about to end you again. That's what's in the book. So don't sit here and tell people not to have an opinion or judge bad things, but yet you go to church to represent a whole book based on judging people for not doing right to God's standards and laws in the Bible. In the Bible. Because remember, other people are Buddhist. They are Islamic. Christians believe there's a hell, a lake of fire. People who follow Buddha, the Buddhists, believe in reincarnation and that you keep getting sent back here until you get perfect. In Islam, they believe the man will die and have like 72 or 12 virgins or something like that and all this other stuff. So, I mean, seriously. Nala says the Holy Bible is more than just Hebrew Israelites. It's Romans, disciples, and Egyptians. Yeah, but from what I've heard, I'm not an expert now. From what I have heard, God likes the Hebrews more than other people, and everybody else is a Gentile, aka not special, and has to follow the Hebrew Israelites. Or God is saying, oh, I don't want you being Egyptian. I don't want you being this and that. I don't want you following their religions. I want you to follow this one that I gave you for the Israelite people, and they didn't. And then God, and this is, now the whole transatlantic slave trade is a completely different time than when all that supposedly happened, So I'm just saying, baby, I'm just saying, tribulation, So it's just crazy to me how people claim to be loving God and worshiping God, but then when you see all this craziness running around and you try to correct it or you say it's wrong, then they say, well, who are you to judge? Just shut up about it. But yet you complaining about the world going to hell and how bad everything is getting and we in the last days. But then you claim you believe in God. You won't even stand up for God, the God that you claim to believe in. You won't even say to the gay people, look, I don't hate you, but in the Bible it says this about being gay. Now it's up to you if you want to. I mean, I don't believe you can change your sexuality, but I do think people need to make a choice if they're going to be Christian or not. If you don't agree what's in the book and what it says in your face, then give it up. You can still be a good person. You can still believe that you have a creator. If you're not going to change it and even in some cases you have to force it. And that doesn't work either sometimes, trying to force it because it's not really, you're forcing it. It doesn't last for too long trying to pretend. It just doesn't. And I don't believe in that whole forcing a person to pretend to be straight. I don't believe women should be given gay husbands who are secretly gay. That's not right for her or him. So, Oh, thank you. You says the phrase from the Bible, those who live in glass houses should not throw stones. Okay. So, I mean, nobody on earth is perfect at large, but everybody, she says, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have my opinion. It's my opinion. Everybody interprets the Bible differently. I notice that everyone is saying different things when it comes to the Bible. Nobody knows what they're talking about. The Quran is very clear. Everyone is following the same thing. When you get to Christianity, everybody, no, God said this. No, God said that. Oh, it's out of context. Yeah, I meant it this way. No, it was this way. I meant that. No, he meant that. You can read the book and it says right there. Everybody but I don't deal with that. I'm not a Christian. So I'm not an atheist hardcore. I believe in a person creating this simulation or whatever this is we're in. And Yeah. You know, I believe possibly that maybe when you pass away, you see loved ones that were good to you. That would be great. Some people believe in reincarnation, or that we're energy and that you might come back and live life as a different person. Who knows? Nobody knows until you die. And none of us have died to know the truth. So yeah. Oh, thank you, Nyla. Ghosts are real? I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I used to believe in. I don't believe in it anymore. I used to believe in some stuff, but I've seen evidence that it was not true, what I was believing, some stuff. And I don't like confusion. And I find that a lot of people in religion are very confused and they flip-flop. A lot of contradictions. A lot of people who claim to be religious, from whether you're Christian or Buddhist or Islamic, a lot of people are racist as hell. They're hateful. They're prejudiced. They can't get along. I don't see this as a loving, godly world at all. I don't believe in Nephilim. I don't believe in fallen angels. I don't believe in giants. I used to. No, not anymore. No. So people want to believe that they can. And another thing when it comes to church, look at this.
I'm not mad about not being there no more. Because, I mean, the studio tried to steal my Created by Credit. So, like, they posted, even this week, end of the year, la-da-da-da-da, and you post my show like that's your show. It's you putting the show out there, but you're also the same studio, Tyler Perry Studios.
Christian Keys, something that's interesting to me is how, well, I was watching a little bit of his show. I don't really care for it that much. I think he's beautiful. But I noticed that there was a lot of smecks on this show and all types of acts going on. And I said to myself, how was he Christian? Christian Keys is Christian, but all these naked men and women are on here having smecks on screen and all this craziness. I said something about this just doesn't make sense to me. So he's saying that Tyler Perry tried to steal his show, All the Queen's Men, and says that his leadership was corny. So, and something about dildos and stuff.
That removed my Created by Credit, and I had to call a union to have them make you force TPS to put it back on there. So I'm not sad that my show isn't there anymore. After season 5, it won't be there anymore. And I won't have to deal with that shady, corny kind of leadership over there that would dare. You got 16, 17 shows. I got one. Let me have credit. My contract says I get credit. Why your corny trying to steal my credit? Because you can't write like me. Yeah, I wrote the book. And I wrote the show. I wrote the pilot. I created the show. I wrote the first season. It was originally, All the Queen's Men was originally 8 episodes, 8 half-an-hour episodes. And unbeknownst to me, Boss Man went in there and added 10 or 15 minutes to each episode, writing-wise, and then wrote the 10th episode himself. And I wasn't worried right away, even though I should have been a part of that. I should have been allowed to do that because I was the writer's room for season 1. So I wrote the whole season, but as soon as he popped in, and now it's 10 one-hour episodes, and he started writing on it. So then season 2, season 3, he just showed up and said, hey, here's the next 20 episodes, and here's the next 16 after that. I didn't get a chance to contribute. So that's when it got real weird. Yeah, he was like, oh, it's this. This is the hottest thing over here. Ain't nobody checking on that show. Ain't nobody worried about that show. Ain't nobody this, that, and the other. I got to put my name on something that ain't mine. And season 2 and season 3 is when All the Queen's Men got weird and dudes start getting raped with dildos and all that weird shit. Nobody want to see that shit. Put that on your show. That's why I'm glad my show ain't there no more. Put that on Oval or Bruh or Sisters or whatever. Put that bullshit on your show. I'm glad because I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Okay, now everything is cleared up because I was wondering, I said Christian Keys is Christian, and I was thinking, why is this show so sexual. I'm seeing naked women and men and doing it doggy style and all this other stuff. I'm like, he's Christian? Like Christian Keys? So now he's saying it wasn't him even doing this, and that he says again that they were doing weird stuff with grape and dildos, and he said, put that on your show. Stop putting that on my show. So I'm happy he said something, because I was really wondering about it. You know, it surprised me. I said, how could this be Christian Keys stuff with all of this going on? Is Christian really a Christian? Like, what's going on here? Okay, so I wanted to share that with you. Now I want to show you something as to why I support the death penalty. Oh yes, because there are a lot of Christians who don't. I support it, and I want it pushed nationwide. I'm ready to get it started to get some of these people off the earth. This man right here, and I hate to show these stories, but you need to see it. You need to see the world you live in, and you need to see why people like me believe in the death penalty. Okay? It says that this man is going to be sentenced now. He threw a 5-year-old girl to the alligators when her mother declined his advances. So he was interested in the mama. She didn't want him. He took her baby and fed her to alligators, basically. This happened in Florida. It says that he was sentenced to death for the murder of a 5-year-old girl. Okay, he's back in court after changes to Florida's death penalty laws reopened his sentencing. Harold Brady was convicted of kidnapping Shadell, the mama, and her young daughter, Quatisha, after meeting them at church in 1998. Prosecutors say that he became obsessed with her, the mother, and she repeatedly rejected his romantic advances. It shows that he drove her, the mother, to a sugar field and choked her until she lost consciousness, leaving her there to die. The mother survived and flagged down a passing driver for help. He then took her 5-year-old daughter and left her alone near a canal in Broward County, an area known as Alligator Alley. Investigator says that he abandoned the baby because he feared she would identify him. Her body was later discovered 2 days later by fishermen. Medical examiner said that the child was alive when she was bitten by alligators on her head and chest. Although she was unconscious, the injuries were severe. Her bodies also showed injuries consistent with being thrown from a moving vehicle. Her left arm was severed by an alligator after her death. He admitted to detectives that he knew the little girl would probably die after leaving her alone near the canal where the alligators were. In 2007, a jury convicted him of first-degree murder and sentenced him to death. Now, decades later, the death penalty laws have reopened the case, basically. It says that, judges are no longer allowed to decide the death penalty, so a jury selection has begun. I would love to be on the jury. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me so I can sentence him. Give it to me so I can sentence him to death penalty. So they're saying that she had injuries that indicate she was thrown from the car. He knew that she could identify him, so he purposely took her where the alligators were, and an alligator bit her in the head and the chest, and then later ripped her arm off, and the fishermen found her. Oh, Lord, I can't say it. Can't say it on the live. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know exactly what I want to say. Give him a public D penalty. So all them Christians talking about you don't want the death penalty, you need to sit down and shut up and go somewhere, because I believe in it and I want it. For things like this, he deserves to die. He deserves the penalty. And I'm not taking it back. He deserves the penalty for what he did. And more of him needed. Miss me with that bullshit. He can talk to God when he dies. As far as man's law, me and several other people, we want the D penalty nationwide. Public ones, actually. for certain crimes like this. Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm going to show you one more thing.
Many of us in New York City are very excited about this, particularly because our patients are sometimes very thin or maybe have already had liposuction. Aloe is cadaveric fat, so it's fat that has been donated from a person who passed away, and then it has been cleaned of any genetic material and then placed into a syringe. So it's sort of off-the-shelf fat. You can use it in any part of the body. It is going to be approved for the face, but right now it's just for the body. When it's injected into the body's own fat cells sort of hug.
There's a lot of noise in the background. This plastic surgeon is saying that they're using the fat from dead people on certain cosmetic procedures, including BBLs and face fillers. So because they can't always find the fat, some people are skinny. So they're like, no, we have fat. We're just going to take it from a dead person and we're going to put it in your face and in your butt now so you can have what you want. I don't know how I feel. I mean, they're not alive no more. My thing is, please test the blood and make sure it's safe to use. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, they got to get the fat from somewhere. I don't want them to get them from animals. I don't know. I feel 50-50 on it. I feel like if someone has agreed to it after they've passed away, that you can use their fat. I mean, is it going to hurt you? Is it not fat? Y'all in the chat said this is horrible. This is gross. Oh my God. Why are there? That's why there's no new cemeteries. So I don't know. I would be worried of them using people's fat and stuff without people's consent. So this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. There is something that I have to show. I think I'll wait on a different live for it. I'm not in the mood to get hyped up no more. So that is it, everybody, for today's video. I thank you all for joining me. It's not very long, and I want to know, what do you think? I mean, look, I don't know everything. Like I said, I didn't even grow up in the church, but I have heard a lot. I've heard a lot of some of the stuff I said. I've read some things that's disturbing, and, you know, that's how I feel. Everyone has their own opinion about how they feel. This is how I feel. You know, this is how I feel when it comes to the church, the fakeness of the church. The Bible and a lot of the church people just have a lot of contradictions throughout the whole Bible, things that just contradict too much that I don't have time for the confusion, and things that just don't make any sense. But I will say there are parts of the Bible that's very clear, and there are a lot of black people who want to change it to be what they want it to be. You know, they don't want to accept it because they just can't say, okay, I'm not a Christian, or, oh, I realize this is not the religion for me. I don't believe in that, you know, what it says. It says what it says. You know, again, I don't believe in praying the gay away. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in hating people for their sexuality when they're an adult and they know who they are. That doesn't mean I agree with everything I see, but I don't know. Like I said, most of the whole world to me is full of crap, of all religions on a global scale. The world claims to be religious, like damn near 70%, and look at the state of the world. Look at the world and look at how, no matter what religion is, look at how the men treat women everywhere who claim to be religious. So yeah, you know, that's my opinion, and that's all for today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. All right, and that is it. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.